Alright guys, so we just got back from watching Midsommar, which I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced because it's supposed to be fucking Swedish.
It's never the way it's pronounced. You should know this by now.
Yeah, there's gonna be some dumbass that thinks he's an expert going like, no, that's not how it's pronounced. I'll have you know I'm a fucking Nordic and that's not how it's pronounced. I worship Thor.
I'm 1,000 Swedish.
Yeah, but it's a really fucking good movie. In fact, I dare say this is the most family-friendly movie of all time.
It is, as opposed to something as disgusting as Lion King, where you have two live-action lions fucking in front of your children.
Yeah, and they're fighting, and it's super violent and just not appropriate. This is a lot more wholesome. It just talks about a community preparing for a festival, and it's very nice.
It's beautiful, just panning shots. Honestly, this is the movie you need to get the whole family in for.
Really, it is about family. It's a movie about family, and that's the best way we can describe it. Don't pay attention to the graphic scene of a guy fucking a chick while a bunch of naked women watch.
I mean, how did you grow up?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, that's just every day for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Forced to watch is a bunch of naked people use my house for pagan rituals.
Yeah.
Including ripping out a man's lungs while he's still alive.
Yep. This is just Kentucky shit.
Oh, yeah. But no, in all seriousness, this was really fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
It's A24, so that's pretty much guaranteed. If you don't know, A24 is the studio that made The Witch, Hereditary, and a few other things I'm really just blanking on. I'm afraid to throw names out there because I don't need some dumbass saying, no, that's not them. No.
Yeah, they make really, really good stuff.
Yeah, because the thing with A24 is they're very clearly trying to shoot for that, 70s style horror where it's more about, this slow dread and... Yeah, there's graphic shit, but there's a lot of context and build-up to it instead of just throwing something in front of your face and hoping it freaks you out.
Yeah, it's not trash like all the Annabelle movies are.
Yeah, Annabelle movies or Paranormal Activity or that fucking Crawl with the gators. It's this actually has a bit of art to it.
Yeah.
In fact, it has quite a bit of art to it, and that is something we have to emphasize. This is more of an art house style horror movie than something like Crawl or Child's Play, where this is more about fucking with you by giving you details you think about than just explicitly showing something.
Yeah. This is something more along the lines of Suspiria. And
Yeah.
I swear to God, we're not hipsters. I swear we're not hipsters.
No, this is just something that you have to state because all the promotional material will make you think this is something reminiscent to Wicker Man, which
Yeah.
it is, just not the Nick Cage version.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of Wicker Man, but at the same time, it's really, really distinct from anything like the both Wicker Man movies.
Yeah, and it's just distinct in its own way because the best way to describe this is that it is a cult movie.
Yes.
Where it is a movie about a cult, about how a cult operates, the culture around a cult, and it really does a good job of selling this to you where any other movie, they would make it so blatant clear, this is a bad idea, don't get involved with these people, they're dangerous, run for your fucking life.
Yeah.
The main aspect to this movie that is so goddamn entertaining and interesting to watch is just how natural the manipulation is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really gives off this cult feeling, and yet I don't believe cult is used a single time in the entire movie.
No.
Even when people start freaking out and they start having issues with some of the stuff that's brought up, they still don't call it a cult.
Yeah, no, it's never even a thought that crosses their mind. It's just, you have this little commune, which they do drop that word commune, but it's never anything that they want to immediately jump to, this is a bunch of cultists, this is a bunch of freaks out in the middle of the woods, even though that's exactly what it is.
100%.
Yeah, but it is interesting just showing how these people are completely cut off from a lot of the modern world and how people operate, yet can still feel so human.
Yeah.
Where a big problem I have with a lot of movies, a lot of horror movies that bring up cults, is they feel so just overpowered where this cult seems to know everything always goes according to plan, and they're always so able to manipulate people and come across as normal right up until they're not. That was actually a problem I had with Hereditary, even though that was another A24 movie, and I liked that one. The cult shit just fits so perfectly. No one ever does anything that deviates from the plan. It all matches so completely to a T to what they wanted. And that makes me go, oh, come on, that's never going to be the case because people are people.
Yeah.
And that's something that this movie actually brings up, where you see moments where the cult's struggling to keep up the image and win people over when they just don't think about it and show something really fucked up to these normal people that have no experience with this.
Yeah. And the way that they bring it up is like, at first it seems kind of like, well, what the hell do you mean? But as you're watching the movie, it starts making more and more sense.
Yeah.
Where something incredibly gruesome happens, and they're like, how come you didn't tell your friends that this was going to happen? Like, it's a like, you fully expect, you believe that they thought that as long as you explained it to them, that everything was going to be okay.
Yeah, and in a fucked up way, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this really does sell just how human this cult is, and it feels so real, where in the beginning, the cult isn't creepy at all. That's something that, once again, a lot of horror movies, they try to front load a lot of it, where the cult is just immediately super powerful, super creepy, super weird.
Yeah.
No, this, like, from the beginning, you can actually see people partying with these guys.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
They're joking around with them. They're offering them drugs and food. They're even, like, self-aware of how goofy they look for their festival.
Yeah, they're doing mushrooms and shit, and everybody's like going on a trip together.
Yeah.
Stuff that you would imagine that people would try to do during a time of festivity.
Yeah. And, they have kind of like this, I guess you call him like a grand priest dude.
Yeah.
And he's out there talking with people, and he's saying, and they're pointing out how weird his outfit is, because, he's wearing a weird cultist outfit. Yeah. And he's making a joke about it, or it's like, oh yeah, this is my little dress I'm wearing. Like, when I say these people feel so convincing, I mean, you will not realize they're bad right up until they're bad.
Yeah. Like, the only thing that poses a problem is you're going into this, it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
So cult has to be bad because horror movie. But at the same time, up until like the 75% mark in the movie, cult not bad.
Yeah, cult not bad.
Cult objectively good people.
Yeah, and I think that's actually where a lot of the anxiety comes in, where you're just waiting on signs to know you were right. Like,
yeah.
It feels like the movie's fucking with you, where you're just waiting for the cult to go bad. You're waiting for shit to go bad, and it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, and multiple times while we were watching the movie, like, someone would do something, and they'd be like, Dickbag American does a Dickbag American thing.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, he's gonna be the one that fucking dies first.
Yeah, and it turns out we were not completely correct.
We were not completely correct, but we were kind of completely correct.
Yeah, slightly, yeah. Because, like I said, that is something that's really interesting, which is the fact that it plays on this anxiety and isn't trying to, like, do a jump scare or anything like that. I think there's, like, one jump scare in this entire movie. And it feels really earned.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like an actual jump scare.
No, it's just something sudden that happened.
Yeah. Which there is an art to, like, jump scare to make it not feel like a jump scare. And this matches that criteria, at least to me. I don't even think anyone in the theater, like, did the normal jump scare thing where you get jostled and you're like,
yeah, you jostle, you gasp, then you chuckle.
Yeah, and we were watching this movie with, there were, like, teenagers around us.
Which was kind of weird, because this is
an adult film.
This is not the kind of movie teenagers go to. I mean, they probably went in fully thinking, like, oh yeah, it'll be like The Annabelle.
Yeah, it'll be like The Annabelle, which whenever we first got to the movie theater, it was completely dead. And for some reason, I thought this was the first day this movie was released in the theaters.
No, it's been out for a little bit.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck, this movie's gonna fail. But by the time the movie actually started, our theater was kind of full.
Yeah, it actually had a decent crowd too, which I like.
Yeah, I think the only empty seats were in our row.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is the fact that The Witch did become pretty popular because people liked The Witch. They liked the fact that it was scary, which honestly, with everything that puts The Witch together the way it is, the fact people still found it scary, considering how people nowadays are just not used to those really expressive art house style horror movies, is kind of amazing.
Yeah, it gives me hope that, like, we're gonna have really good, like, horror movies that are gonna keep getting cranked out, especially if, like, movies like this keep getting a show out like what we got.
Yeah,
that gives me hope for horror in the future.
Yeah, because it's. I think the Annabelle, Poltergeist, fucking. I forgot the name of the series.
Paranormal Activity.
I forgot the name of the Paranormal Activity series when I was going to shit on it.
I only remember it because the VR game was not terrible.
Yeah, like, okay, you have series like that, and I think they're just kind of winding people down, where they're like, is this just going to be horror now? It's just people that are borderline porno actors screaming at the top of their lungs at crap that's just not really that freaky. Well, something like this, it's not really... the most fucking dread-filled, anxiety-ridden jump scare fest of the century, where you're just waiting for that springboks to go off.
Yeah.
No, instead it's just kind of a creeping anxiety and a creeping burning, like tingling, where you're like, something bad's really about to happen. Something bad is coming.
Yeah, that's something I really liked about this movie was throughout the entire thing, there was that dread from beginning to end, but nothing in the movie was so like over the top.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like Alien with a chest burster or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, even though Alien's my favorite horror movie, it didn't have anything that was like really
explicit.
like that. It did have explicit gore and stuff like that. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah.
But it just that droning horror, even whenever they're setting up the characters, which they do very, very well, and I think the main cast do a very good job of portraying themselves.
The main actress completely knocked it out of the park. I think she did really, really well.
Yeah, within the first like 5 minutes of the movie, she has a scene where she's like absolutely bawling her eyes out because something really bad happens to her.
She's completely broken.
Yeah, she's completely and totally broken, and you 100% believe it.
Yeah, and that is something that I really do enjoy about this, where all of the cast feel believable. There's one guy that you can really tell is the horror movie guy.
Yeah,
he's that douchebag. Like
he's the one you're almost meant to want to die.
Yeah, everyone else is pretty good. There are 2 support characters that show up, and they're blatantly just there to kind of die.
Yeah,
but
even then they're like.
They're not the worst.
They're not the worst. Even the douchebag is still has likable lines and stuff.
He has moments.
Some of his lines got me to chuckle.
Yeah.
Then you have the other friend who's kind of like he's just a really serious researcher type, and I really liked him.
Oh yeah, well that's one of those things where with horror movies they always try to play off the idea of people are stupid, make bad decisions, and it gets them killed.
Yeah.
This is a case where they're intelligent, but they make bad decisions and they get killed.
Yeah, they do still make bad decisions. And, like, really only, like... I guess the bad decisions they make, all of them are avoidable. Just don't be stupid. But at the same time, like...
It's a moment of weakness.
It's a moment of weakness for one character. And the other one is just him being completely and totally ignorant. Yeah. I think he was asleep, like, during the entire operation, which ends up, like, turning the town against him.
Yeah, well, okay, the big deal with that guy was the fact that from day one you could tell he didn't really have any respect for this culture.
No, he did not.
He did not respect these ways. He did not respect the people. He was just there to kind of party and walk around and wait to leave.
Yeah, he's there literally to be douchebag American foreigner.
He was there with a full expectation of a European vacation. That was his big thing. Sorry guys, this might sound a little weird, but as we were recording, I got an email from Amazon that said that I purchased a movie called Wonder Park. I was trying to solve that because someone just took $5 out of my wallet for literally no reason. Then we researched the movie, found out it was a terrible animated thing. It has fucking Matthew Broderick, Jennifer Gardner, and fucking Mila Kunis in it. So we might have to review it now.
No.
Yeah. Alright, back to the actual review. But really, even he feels believable. He's a douchebag kid in college, so it's not as bad as something like Hostel, where every single kid felt like a fucking prick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I can give this. Like, every single character, at least all the characters that aren't part of the cult, feel believable. And even the characters who are in the cult, because they're from Sweden, of course, they're foreigners to, people like us in America. They feel like... I've met people from other countries that have come over. I went to school with them. Honestly, they feel pretty much like that.
Yeah, they feel pretty fucking similar, yeah, where just the fact that you understand that there is a cultural difference and that they're in this new kind of part of the world and they're trying to get used to it, you naturally have more sympathy. So you kind of lower your guard a little bit. Maybe it's just us. Maybe we're talking on our ass here, but it's like... kind of something that I've always noticed.
Yeah, I can see something like that. Especially with, like, Canadians fucking filth.
Yeah, fuck you Canadians. Have fun with Trudeau, asshole.
I didn't read it, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But no, this is a really good movie. There's a lot of creativity behind so many different moments. All the scenes where they're on drugs, there's...
Yeah, they have weird, like, subtle effects. It's not like they do the mushrooms and then suddenly like the fucking sky is a rainbow or anything. It's the effects look nice for the drugs, and aside from like stuff that actually happens to people's bodies, a lot of it is kind of more like subtle stuff, like
Yeah.
trees kind of like bending and they kind of look like they're breathing.
Yeah.
Things like that, which I actually really liked.
Yeah, it's not going to be like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas where Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro are tripping balls in a hotel room. No, it's nothing like that. It's a lot more grounded with how it shows things, a lot more just willing to kind of explore the realistic aspect to how you drug someone and influence them into believing a system that really makes no sense.
Yeah, and I will say this. I've never done mushrooms and I've never dropped acid, so I have no idea how realistic these trips are. Maybe someone in the comments can tell us about that.
Supposedly, it's about as realistic as it gets, but we have not got our stoner friend to watch this, so we have no perspective.
I can't tell you whether or not you fucking get eaten alive by bees or not.
Yeah. But no, it really is good at just building a mystery, keeping you interested in that mystery, and then just winning you over with just the worst possible outcome to happen for it. And worst in the good way.
Yeah.
Where it's not a bad ending in the sense that, man, the ending sucks, what the fuck was that? It's a bad ending in that, oh god, things got so fucked up.
It's you got the bad ending in a visual novel, and it makes you want to go back and redo the whole ass thing to get the good ending.
It makes you terrified of ever seeing that trigger ever happen again.
Exactly.
Yeah. So all in all, this is a great movie. It's definitely not for children. Holy fucking shit, there are some moments where, yeah, when you read the stories about how this was bordering on NC-17, you fucking know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently not even for any violence, even though the violence was a little graphic.
Yeah, it was apparently sexual shit.
A lot of sexual shit, which with this cult makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. That being said, like, I think that the sexual shit that is really explicit went on for, like, between 5 and 10 minutes in the movie.
Yeah.
So I want to know how much they fucking cut out of that.
I want to see that footage.
I want to see that footage.
Yeah.
I want to see the porno they filmed for this movie.
Yeah. And that is one thing where I do recommend this is a movie you kind of watch by yourself. Or, with, groups of friends that understand the movie. Because if you go in with a bunch of strangers, there are multiple periods where people are, like, laughing behind us. Or just the entire theater burst out laughing. And I think a lot of it is just due to the fact that the moments where the sex scene gets crazy, or you get a lot more of the surrealist moments.
Yeah.
Like, where the chick's screaming and all the women in the cult are screaming with her. To a normie audience used to something like Paranormal Activity or something like that, they think, oh, that's the moment I'm supposed to laugh because it's played for comedic relief. No, it's fucking not.
Yeah, it is played serious. So essentially, TLDR is if this is your third date with a girl, you brought her back to your place, got on Netflix, you see this movie, and you're like, hey, let's watch a horror movie. Yeah, don't.
Or if you think maybe she's worthy and will show you the gates to, paradise, and you actually do believe in all this cult shit, go ahead and do it. And then, put the roofie in her drink and put her on the plane.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, she's got to make it to Sweden so you can add new blood.
Oh god, fuck.
Yeah. But no, it's a good movie. It's really fucking interesting, especially if you are interested in cults and how they operate. Yeah. And you like more surrealist style movies. Like, a vibe I kept getting was almost like a Hodorowski.
Yeah, I could
at least in the way everything looked.
Not as surreal as Jodorowsky by any means.
But the way everything's set up and how it looks and just the way everything is shot, you really do get vibes where it's just that it's such a precise abstract.
Yeah, with how slow burn this movie is, that's what gave me the Hodorowski vibes. Because if you were to do a line graph of it, it would be like a straight line, and then once it starts building up to the climax, it keeps building up to the climax until the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then it's done.
Yeah, because that is one thing I will say about the movie. The slow part isn't even something that's easy to say, like, oh, the beginning super slow or the middle super slow. It's cut the movie into fifths. That fifth of the movie takes forever. It feels like 2 years went by.
Yeah, but it's still not bad by any means,
no.
Is the weird thing.
Yeah, it's a thing where you're still interested, you just do kind of start feeling it, and the minute things start picking up again, you're right back on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, okay, oh fuck, oh no, this is where everything went, oh no, it's not great.
Yeah.
So, really good. Really liked it.
Absolutely love this movie. What other movies came out this year? How does this stack up against the movies we've watched this year? That have come out this year, my bad.
Way better than Child's Play.
Of course.
Way
better than all the Chucky movies we've watched this year.
Way better than Chucky. Anything that we've seen in regards to movies, it kicked Cam's ass.
Yeah. That being said, I've also rewatched Holy Mountain this year, and I mean Holy Mountain's one of my favorite fucking movies now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean that's different genre.
so well, fuck. Would you consider? Yeah, no, different genre than like Cam.
Yeah.
Just because Cam was so shit, it's its own genre.
Yeah, it's reject Black Mirror episode. That's the fucking genre for Cam.
Fuck that.
But no, this knew how to play with fear. It knew how to play with anxiety. It knew how to play with your brain.
Yeah.
It just knows what it's doing, and that's kind of the best part of it. It's really good. It's really interesting.
Yeah. If you did watch something like Witch, this is definitely up your alley. I'm sorry, if you watched Witch and you liked it, this is up your alley. If you watched the new Suspiria and you liked it, this will also be up your alley.
Hereditary, if you watched it and liked it, exactly what you're looking for.
Any of the A26 movies and you like them.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all we have to say. It's pretty fucking good.
Good-ass movie. Watch this instead of giving Lion King your money.
Yeah. Alright. See ya.
Bye-bye.